Cloud computing is transforming educational technology. Let's learn why. Let me go with the 5 points that I'm going to cover in this video. I'm going to give you an overview of cloud-based technology in education and why it's important. We're going to talk about the value it brings to students and teachers. I'm going to introduce you to some educational tools that rely on cloud-based technology. We're going to talk about the security and privacy concerns you should have when implementing cloud-based technology, and with the future trends of cloud computing in educational technology. So let's do this. Cloud computing is the future of educational technology. Let's dive in deep into this important subject. Let me give you an overview of cloud computing in education. First, the definitions. Cloud computing is the storage of data and the ability to access programs over the internet instead of local computers. Increasingly, educational institutions and universities are adopting cloud-based solutions for their educational apps and resources. Let's talk a little bit about infrastructure and platforms as it relates to cloud computing. Specifically in education, there are a few main types of platforms. IaaS, infrastructure as a service. SaaS, software as a service. These are the two main platforms you'll see in education of cloud computing services provided for administrative and educational use. Software as a service is cloud-based software. Infrastructure as a service is infrastructure for the network and storage as a service. Now let's talk about the global reach of cloud computing. Cloud computing enables educational institutions to have a global reach around the world. It can offer solutions, educational resources, and software, so the ability to access resources is no longer limited to a specific location. But as long as someone has access to the web and the services that are held in the cloud, then these services are accessible to students and administrators or others who work within the organization. Now let's talk about the scalability and flexibility of cloud solutions. Cloud computing allows educational institutions to scale their resources up or down according to the storage they need for their resources or administrative software. This helps prevent some of the upfront costs that may be taken on with a project that requires more than it needs. A real-world example of this is the Arizona State University. They use cloud computing to help support their online programs. This allows the university to serve over 100,000 students. This is across the globe, and it's scalable, reliable, and accessible for all users with an internet connection. Now, let's talk about the benefits to students and teachers. The first benefit is increased accessibility. Students and teachers can access resources quickly, reliably, and from anywhere, and at any time, and on any device. Now let's talk about collaboration and communication. Cloud-based resources like Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams enable real-time collaboration and communication for students to enhance engagement and productivity, as well as their organizations. Now let's talk about the cost-effectiveness of cloud solutions in education. It reduces the need for expensive hardware and software. This includes installations and maintenance of this hardware and software as well. This can make these resources much more accessible to organizations with limited budgets. Personalized learning. Cloud computing supports adaptive learning platforms that can tailor content specifically to a student's needs. Simplified management. Teachers and educators can easily manage assignments provided to students, check on whether they're complete, grade them, assess students, all in real time, and not worry about storing that data on their local devices. These are the benefits of centralized cloud-based solutions. Let's talk about a real-world example of this. The Los Angeles Unified School District utilizes Google Workspace for education. This helps enhance student collaboration, engagement, and management of assignments. Now let's talk about some examples of some of these cloud-based educational tools. The first amazing one is Google Classroom. This is a free tool that helps teachers to administer, assess, and manage assignments with their students online, and it's all paperless. The next one is Microsoft Teams for education. This helps facilitate collaboration and communication and file sharing in a secure environment. And a very popular one, Kahoot. This is a cloud-based student assessment tool. This is a learning tool that helps make learning fun and exciting for students and gamifies their experience, all from the cloud. And also Zoom, a cloud-hosted web conferencing platform. This is used for virtual classrooms, remote learning opportunities, and provides an interactive space for online learning. Canvas LMS, or Learning Management System. This tool school provides tools for course creation, delivering feedback to students, and assessing their progress. The best real-world example for the benefits of these tools was the COVID-19 pandemic. Schools worldwide heavily relied on these tools to help provide online instruction to students who were at home. Students utilized Google Classroom and Zoom to receive their education from remote locations, and this helped ensure students could continue to learn even while at home. Let's talk about student data privacy and security concerns with cloud-based learning applications. First, data protection laws. Schools must comply with FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. This is in the United States. Or the GDPR in Europe, which is the General Data Protection Regulation. Now let's talk a little bit about encryption of data. Encryption ensures that all student data in the cloud is protected and encrypted against unauthorized access. Also, access controls. Implementing strong access controls ensure that only authorized users can access sensitive educational data. This means having the right people in charge of creating permissions for access to the data and having these permissions be appropriate and proper to the level of data that's being secured. Another important consideration is backup and recovery. Cloud providers often offer robust backup and recovery options. This helps prevent data loss and issues within the organization. Another important piece is vendor management. Schools must carefully vet their edtech vendors and those who provide services to their students. This can be done with a data privacy contract for student data and secure rostering practices. Let me give you a real-world example of this. A school district in Texas faced a significant data breach after failing to implement proper security procedures and measures for its cloud-based system. So it's critical that you have stringent controls in place on your cloud-based systems and proper protocols for the data in your cloud-based systems as well. Let's talk some of the future trends in 5G technology and cloud computing that's going to happen in education. First off, AI and machine-based learning is going to help create more adaptive opportunities for students to learn with personal approaches. Cloud-based learning is going to support AI's integration into more platforms and the ability to provide more personalized learning experiences for students. There's also augmented and virtual reality. The integration of cloud-based platforms with more virtual learning experiences is going to help create more opportunities for students to have immersive experiences all through the cloud, being able to access more potential hands-on experiences as well as more virtual worlds, all delivered through the cloud. We're going to see blockchain credentialing for educational achievements. There are going to be verifiable digital credentials that are available through the use of blockchain technology. The enhancements in 5G is going to help resources move faster, more quickly, and provide more resources to students in diverse places. Also, with specific data-sensitive applications and data-intensive applications. Hybrid and online learning models are going to continue to explode as the ability to utilize cloud computing is going to provide opportunities to those who, with just an internet connection, are going to be able to learn and access resources. So hybrid learning in person and at home, as well as more online learning resources in which resources are shared through cloud computing, are going to increase the demand and need for this type of learning. Let me give you a real-world example. The University of Nicosia in Cyprus is already providing students digital credentials using blockchain technology. These credentials can easily be stored in the cloud and verified by their employers or even other educational institutions. So this technology is not only going to be able to enhance online experiences, but also create digital credentials and also do it in a way that's going to be robust and reach more people more quickly and more effectively with new types of learning opportunities. So here's my advice and coaching tip for those looking to utilize cloud computing technologies. Start becoming familiar with resources which are delivered through the cloud. Understand how these resources are different than the ones that are installed or locally stored. Also begin to understand how the technology works and what are the potentials for the future. Also start to use some of these tools such as Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams to help enhance your instruction. And once you begin utilizing them and utilizing them effectively, you're going to understand that this is going to change how you teach and how your students learn. Let me give you 5 major data points around cloud computing in education. By 2026, the market for cloud computing in education is expected to reach $12.8 billion. This is growing at over 25% more from 2021 to 2026. Let's talk about accessibility and engagement. 94% educational institutions have reported that cloud computing has increased engagement, access to resources, and accessibility for all learners. Cost savings. Schools and departments can reduce costs by up to 30% by implementing cloud-based learning solutions. This helps eliminate the need for physical infrastructure infrastructure and maintenance. Let's talk about the security concerns. Institutions cite security as a major concern when moving to cloud-based applications, while an additional 74% also invest in additional resources to help support those concerns. Impact on outcomes. 80% of teachers, when using cloud-based tools, report an increase in student engagement and learning outcomes. Cloud computing is revolutionizing education, making learning accessible, efficient, and engaging. Cloud computing also provides tremendous value to new tools and enhanced experiences. Cloud computing is the future. Bring it to your classroom today. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you soon. Check out some of our other videos on how to embed educational technology into your classroom.